This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, team.
Had to stop playing darts for this.
An
so-
International Women's Day version of our podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're really going to enjoy it, actually. WACA CEO Christina Matthews has a chat to us.
And our boss here at NOVA, Antonelle Doyle, joins us to talk about
She's
being
lovely.
a powerful boss woman.
Yep. This is a boss man, Anthony Albanese.
Oh, what's he
our
ever
Prime
done?
Minister came into the studio and hung out with us again.
We talk about when you paid for the upgrade or the special extras, and it was a little bit underwhelming.
This is Per Zone.
Nathan, Nat and Sean. Let's go.
Nova 937.
It's 6:05. Nathan, Nat and Sean. Happy International Women's Day.
God, I feel the power. Can you feel it, Nathan?
Yeah, of course I can. Well, you know I love a powerful woman. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I feel like that's really where it started, like when I really saw what women could do, and that is to fight the world and the evil within it.
Yeah, I think mine was Ronda Rousey. I was just thinking, okay.
I'd love
That's
to see
formidable.
her kick
Ronda
your ass.
Rousey, that was a little bit of a late realisation.
But Sean,
Hey, eventually we all get there, don't we? We all get there. Nat, how are you feeling today? You look lovely. You got an event on today?
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, sure.
You feeling the power?
Sean. Is it going to be like this all day?
I hope so.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, Commander-in-Chief, that was another one, remember?
Sure.
Gina Davis.
Oh, Gina Davis.
She was the American
There's
president.
a moment.
And I was like, yes.
Any real women?
Well, we're catching up with a real woman today, and that's Christina Matthews,
Yeah,
everybody.
she
CEO
is
of the
amazing.
WACA.
Yeah. I used to really admire J.K. Rowling, but then she put a foot in it.
I'd ruined that for everybody, didn't she? The Prime Minister is dropping by this morning.
Yeah.
God, he
It's a bit
better
of fun.
bring you something.
Isn't it? Yeah, that's
feel.
true. Yeah.
Have you ever wanted to say to your friends, oh my God, I'm having this really fancy thing on a boat, and we're going to take it to the waters, and
You can live your life like
it's
Sean
all on
McManus,
me.
Basically,
That
Sean
would
does
be
this
great.
all the
That's what Sean
time.
does all
Yeah,
the time.
that's
all
But
the
it's somebody
time.
else's boat that he's
Yes.
borrowed.
That's right.
We've got a chance for you to win that experience.
Plus $1,000 is up for grabs with a great minds.
Yeah.
Book for Holiday You this summer.
Because Aussies act a little different on holiday. More daring, relaxed, and sometimes more fancy.
And What If has all kinds of accommodation to suit your style. Book your next getaway on the What If app. What If? It's Aussie for travel.
That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. These three are the bougiest. And for the biggest boats and freshest seafood, head to the Fremantle Boat and Seafood Festival, March 10 to 12. Tickets at freoboatseafoodfestival.com.au.
We're about to play a round of That's Not My Name, where all you need to do is identify whose yacht we're talking about.
Well, let's welcome to the show another Harry. G'day, Harry.
Hi, mate.
Hey, Harry. Good morning.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Very good, Harry. You know your yachts, do you, Harry? Do you know your yachts?
Oh, I did all right yesterday, so
Did ya?
hopefully I get them today.
Okay.
Yeah.
When's the last time you were on a fancy boat party, Harry?
For my books do.
Oh, they get out of control. Harry, did they take you to town, the boys, that is?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Shark Island.
Shark Island. Where's that?
Can't remember. I was too drunk.
It was actually Rottnest. They just told you it was
Hey, Harry, I don't think it exists because Sean knows most of the islands.
Shark Island. Was that over in Europe? Was that in the UK area, Harry?
I know we left from Frio.
Oh, okay.
So no.
And you went
So
to Shark
maybe
Island.
Karnak?
Maybe Karnak.
Karnak, probably Karnak Island.
Yeah.
There was seals there and everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
lovely.
okay.
I was going to say, because
That's
too many people want to go to Shark Island.
And the
People
funny,
go to
Yeah.
Shark Bay.
yeah, the funny thing about when you
Might
go
be
to
that,
Karnak, you literally go out of the port and drive about 500 metres
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
fair.
it. You're done.
Yeah, it might have been that one then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, going against Harry this morning is Maria from Bayswater. Hi, Maria.
Hello.
Hello, Maria.
Know your yachts, Maria?
Hope so.
Yeah. When's the last time you were on a fancy boat party, Maria?
A while.
Were you at Harry's Bucks too?
She's getting paid to be there. It's a whole different thing.
Well, we won't talk about it. International
All right.
Women's Day.
Here's what's going to happen. We are going to say the name of a yacht. That is your clue as to the identity of the owner. If you think you know, buzz in with your name. Get it right, you take the point. Get it wrong, we move on. It is the best of 5. May the best team win. Let's test your buzzers. Harry.
Harry.
Lovely. Maria.
Maria.
All right,
Working
guys.
well.
Well, let's get down to
with
the
that
boat
one.
harbour.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Is it a marina?
A The marina.
Would you say?
Marina Prior, it's called. Thanks.
Thanks for laughing.
Bit of a pity laugh that was.
I almost want to give you a point for laughing at that. I'm not going to, but
Point.
almost.
All right, so oh, look at that one, guys. Well, that one's very colourful.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And I think this yacht is owned by a cartoon character.
Oh,
Funnily enough,
Done well for themselves.
I know. And the yacht's name is To Infinity and Beyond.
Harry.
Maria.
Harry.
Buzz Lightyear.
It is indeed Buzz Lightyear. Harry's on the board, 1-0.
Okay.
Quick off the mark.
All right, back down to the harbour we go, everybody. Oh, look at that one. That's pretty flash.
Oh, Sean, it's a biggie. It's a big
It's
one,
got a
Sean.
big horn, hasn't
Super
it?
horn. I think that might be a sports star I recognise.
Okay.
I think the boat's name is Come On!
Maria.
Maria.
Leighton Hewitt.
Maria's on the board, everybody.
Maria,
It's 1-1. This is a
the
tight
boats.
game. All right. Oh, look at that boat over there.
Which one? That one? Next
No,
to,
not that one, that bigger one.
All right.
next to the smaller boat.
That belongs to a TV personality, I reckon you can
Okay.
tell.
You can.
Yeah.
And it's named You Get a Car.
Maria.
Harry.
Maria.
Oprah Winfrey.
Maria has shot out to a
Jeez,
2-1 lead.
Harry, are you doing this for International Women's Day and just letting Maria take the chockies here?
I'm trying.
No, I think he's getting beaten fair and square.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Oh, guys, look.
What?
Oh, at that one.
Look at that yacht over there. That's a nice one, isn't it?
nice
It's
one,
lovely.
And I think, yes, I recognise her. She's an actress.
Righto.
But the yacht's name is Big Mistake. Huge.
Oh, my God.
Time is up.
1, 2, 3, guys. Julia
Her
Roberts.
famous line from Pretty Woman, of course.
Harry, you knew that, didn't you?
Oh, no.
Okay, score check. Maria 2, Harry 1. This is number 5. So, in order to go to the tiebreak, you need to get this one right, Harry.
Yes.
Look, everybody, look at the
What?
size of that one.
Are you talking about that yacht?
No, look at the size of that one. But now let's look at the yacht, Nathan.
Oh, wow, that's a nice one.
Oh, I recognise that guy for sure. He's a food icon.
A food icon.
Can you see him?
Yeah.
The boat's name is Finger Lickin' Good.
Harry.
Maria.
Harry?
Colonel Sanders.
Yes.
Oh, we're down to the yacht breaker.
Tied up. Okay. Tiebreak rules apply.
I can't even.
If you buzz in with your name and get it right, you win. If you buzz in with your name and get it wrong, your opponent wins.
Both of you have to take your pants off right now, though. They're the tiebreaker.
Tiebreak rules. We don't make the rules. Let's test your buzzers ahead of the tiebreak. Harry,
Harry.
Maria.
Maria.
Oh,
Working
Nelly,
well.
this is all too much.
Okay. Look at that boat over there.
Oh, wait, which one?
The tiebreak one.
Oh, that's actually clearly indicated.
I reckon I've got an idea that belongs to a singer.
Righto.
And the name is Dance Monkey.
Harry.
Maria.
Harry.
Tones and I.
Harry. They said he couldn't do it.
They said it would have been done. It's a bigger comeback.
Believed in Harry.
Harry,
No one.
you're now in the draw for a
awesome.
private boat charter to Roto worth over $6,000. All thanks to the Fremantle Boat and Seafood Festival. We're drawing that out on Friday. Harry, good luck.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
What are the
Maria.
chances he remembers it if he's on it?
You were a worthy competitor, Maria.
Thanks, guys.
Don't worry, Maria. Happy
Maria, good
International
game.
Women's Day, sweetheart.
Thank you.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
A girl named Beth who lives here in Perth and her partner thought they would have a wonderful couples spa package,
Yeah.
which they got at Vanilla Face and Body Spa in the Rendezvous Hotel, which used to be the most fanciest hotel in all of the world.
It was down
Has
in
a
Scarborough.
great view, I've got to say. The view is unbelievable.
Gee, it hasn't
And
aged, has it?
And when was that built? What year was that built?
Oh, in the 80s, I
80s?
think.
In the
Yeah.
80s. That year, it was very hard to come by cream paint because they used all of it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
On the exterior, on the interior, on the
Yeah.
roof, the whole thing's
And the
cream.
carpet hasn't been changed since then, I believe.
$330 for a couple spa package.
They had a really nice massage, they said.
have you had
The
a
massage was lovely.
Couples.
You would have done it in Bali, surely. Couples
Oh,
massage.
Bali. Yeah, well, what does that cost me? $10 or something?
Okay, moving on.
Anyway, they decided to pay an extra $55 each to get the upgraded package where they're supposed to be escorted onto a private balcony. Now, think about private balcony in Scarborough.
Yeah.
Well, the view would be amazing.
Views.
Looking at the water.
Yeah.
Private meaning you can probably get a little bit frisky with each other and no one will see.
Well, I would think so.
Maybe if you're out to sea, you could see it, but that's about it.
So they finished their massage and they're feeling really relaxed and they're ready just to be indulged. And they're led by the staff member to their private balcony, which was a raised area in the lobby. Overlooking other people.
It looked over, literally down into the lobby.
Into the lobby.
That's an indoor balcony is not a balcony.
That's not a balcony.
Nowhere near the warm sun that would bathe your skin.
Who's paying for that view? No one.
Well, these people did, $55 each. Anyway, she wasn't very impressed, our Beth.
The private couples balcony experience, which is this gazebo. Here's a bottle of wine. It was $12 on Dan Murphy's website. I checked. There's a cork from the previous people's. That's bird poo, so it looks like this gazebo was just from someone's backyard, which is nice. Cutting across. That was our view, so that was pretty good. We had a few little nibbles from the other lounge where everyone got to go for free. There's some rocks that you could throw off the balcony into the lobby where people were eating their lunch. Fake flowers, of course. You gotta make sure the flowers don't die, and fake flowers don't die. Here's some miscellaneous machinery that was part of our view, our vista.
Well, that's nice.
A bit of dust too. If you squinted, the dust could look like sand on a beach. There's a little hole with some trash in it. That trash, I guess, would have been free. We could have taken that with us if we wanted to, but we were worried we might have to pay extra. So yeah, only $55 extra per person for an hour on this balcony. Very good. Very cool.
It's actually shocking, and for them to be let out there, you know what I mean? You've paid for your massage, you paid an extra $50, and then someone had to bring them out there.
Oh, that poor person.
And then say, this is the next part. I know. Impressed? It's disgusting.
I'm just looking at their website to see, because I wanted to know how they describe it.
Yes.
And it says relax in private, which, I guess it's sort of in private.
It's not
After your treatments on our decadent private couples balcony. There's nothing decadent about it.
It's
includes
so
complimentary
bad.
refreshments, chocolates, and a bottle of sparkling.
So the food, though, as you said, that's free stuff anyway.
And it was literally a few pieces of fruit, and then there was something else on little biscuity things.
Oh, it was shocking.
And
it was shocking. It was shocking. And also just the fact that people are eating, as she says, lunch while they're there. It's privacy. You know what I mean? You've been rubbed down by a stranger. You're both feeling it because it's close to a threesome as you're going to get. And then you decide to go to your private balcony so you can, finish the deal, Sean. That's usually what I'm thinking.
Well, I would.
Just at the very least, not be looking at miscellaneous machinery.
No,
it reminds me. It reminds me of when we went to to Mandurah for a certain wedding, and I stayed.
We hardly ever mention it.
I stayed at a bed and breakfast.
Yes.
In which I thought, I don't know what the breakfast situation around the place is, so I paid extra, and I think I think
if you're staying at a bed and breakfast, it's implied.
It had a simple breakfast, they said, or whatever it was, and then they said, and then you can pay for a proper.
You can upgrade your breakfast.
Oh yes.
So I upgraded my breakfast.
Yes.
In which the next day I was very excited, and I went breakfast, and I went, okay,
great. Cool. This is great. What were you expecting?
I was expecting some bacon and eggs or something.
Sure.
They didn't really go too much into the description, but it was an extra $30. The breakfast, so I don't know what they were going to provide me beforehand. The breakfast was a green banana, a bowl, a little thing of skim milk, and the tiny boxes of Cocoa Pops.
Of course. You get them for the kids.
The little ones that are the size of a Walkman.
Yeah.
That was the breakfast that I had paid $30 for.
Did you get some juice?
Very good. Very cool.
And I was like, are you serious? Remember I took photos of it. Look at this!
That
was when they tried to kick you out of your room for being single because a couple wanted it.
A couple wanted it. They said, there's a couple that would like your room. Can you just go into this one? I went to the room and the window's the size of a postage stamp and that was it. And I went, no, but I paid for the one at the front with the balcony. And he said, yeah, but a couple would like that one. And since they're in a
couple when you're just a single,
you can get into the cupboard under the stairs. Harry.
We want to talk about this.
Yeah, we want to know when you've paid for extras or upgrades. You know, you've paid a bit more for a fancy experience.
And you did not get a fancy experience.
What did you get? We're going to give somebody $150 to spend at Rambler on Swan, which is a guaranteed fancy experience.
Yes, indeed.
You can head to Rambler on Swan for a drink and a bite with a view and overlook the Swan River from South Perth. It's absolutely
Lovely.
beautiful.
What happened when you paid for the extras or the upgrade and it was a little bit underwhelming?
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Brianna, hello.
Hi, guys. How you going?
Good, Brianna.
Brianna, what happened?
So my husband and I were camping down south and decided to just treat ourselves for one night, you know, away from the tent.
Yep.
So we booked in at this place and they said, oh, we've got a cancellation. Do you want to upgrade to the better room? We're like, yeah, why not? You know, treat yourself.
Yes, please.
It's supposed to have a spa. So we go into the room out the balcony on the spa. It is a spa, but it is cold water, no bubbles, and it has a tap to fill it up outside, like hanging off the edge.
Yes, that's not a spa.
And,
Well, everyone loves an ice bath these days, Brianna.
So, yeah, just cold water. And then the toilet had a leak around the bottom, so we had to wrap a towel around the bottom of the toilet.
That's gross.
That is gross.
And same thing with the breakfast as Nathan, $35 each, and it was cold toast and cereal.
So, okay, did you say anything?
Yeah, we ended up emailing them, like, when we left early and emailed them and said, like, this is not good. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're actually doing upgrades. And I was like, but you told us it was a spa.
Yes, you charged me for
It's
this.
a cold bath outside.
We've got this whole plan for the future of our establishment where the toilet's not going to leak. We're so excited for it.
Brianna, I can't get over the breakfasts. The one that you're
I know.
talking about and Brianna's talking about.
Yes.
She's getting stung $30 a pop.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
God.
For $30 you expect a cooked breakfast.
Oh, all
And
day.
you know what? And there's two camps of people either there are people that either address the issue face to face
Yes.
right then
No.
or get angry, talk about it, and then go home and email.
Yes.
I'm the second person.
Thanks, Brianna, by the sounds of it. Thanks, Brianna. Tammy, hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi,
Tammy.
Tammy.
Tammy, what happened?
I paid for upgrades at my wedding and I got really poor service.
Okay, what did you pay for?
I paid for sit-down service, an extra $1,000, and I had the only person that was serving 75 guests was one person.
One person, Tammy.
So, did people have to end up getting up for the sit-down service to get their food?
My maid of honour had to get up and get me drinks rather than
Well, that's her
getting
job,
served
to
to
be
me, and
fair.
I'm the wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. And one person for 75 people.
And one person's wages for the night does not equal $1,000.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'll be fuming.
Did you write an angry email?
Yes, I did, but I also confronted the host as well.
Oh, and how did it go? How did it go?
What'd they say?
She pointed her finger in my face and said it was my fault. I'm like,
Well,
how
you
is it
got
my
married,
fault?
That's
so
a
I
way
can
to
see
treat a
exactly what she
bride.
means.
Yes, she was very rude, unfortunately.
Yeah, I would have poked my finger in your face as well. Next time, invite 40 people.
Yeah, that's right. You and your 75 friends.
Yeah, show off.
Thank you, Tammy. Denise, hello.
Good morning. How are you all?
Hey, Denise. Okay, what did you pay for?
Okay, so I just started the partner I'm with now. We just started seeing each other, and so I went to booked this beautiful hotel in the city, paid to have the top room, and it had a spa in the middle of the room and everything. So the normal room stays about $350, $400. I paid about $200 extra to have this room. So we get there and we're like, oh gosh, it sounds like you can hear dogs barking. Like, it turns out you could take your dogs, and it's still a hotel. If this was only a few months ago, so you can take your dog to this hotel. So I was like, oh, okay, that's really lovely. So got them yapping in the background, and then so I went to this. Bar was huge, so I popped the plug in. I bought all beautiful bath stuff.
Yeah.
The water comes out like poo brown, no joke. It was so bad, and so I rang downstairs and I'm like, look, I'm trying to run a bath for my partner and I. It's come out poo brown. She goes, oh, that's okay, I'll come up. So she comes up and she runs the water. She goes, you just got to run it for about 20 minutes to get it clear.
Yeah,
no joke. So we ran the water. I'm like, oh, yeah, let's just watch some TV for 20 minutes. So then ran the water, and then we actually had a bath. I don't know, don't judge me. I don't know why we had a bath, but we did. Then on about that was on a Saturday night.
Yep.
Tuesday, I've come down with a UTI infection. Went to the doctor. He's like, I said, do you reckon it could be from the bath? He's like, oh, definitely.
100%.
So I rang the hotel and he said, I emailed the hotel. She goes, oh, no, we tested the water after you left and it's all come back fine. And she goes, look, what we'll do. So keeping in mind I've paid hundreds for this room and it was terrible. Yeah. She goes, we'll give you 20,000 point credit for your next stay.
To come back again.
It equals to $15. Like, it didn't even cover the antibiotics. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, you know what? Doesn't matter. At least we'll remember it forever.
Hey, can I ask a question of people that are in couples, Sean?
Yes, friend.
And also you, Denise. If one is to book a spa room, you're going to...
do it.
You're going to do it.
Well,
Is that right, Denise?
I would suggest any room.
Yeah. No.
If you're booking a weekend away at a hotel, you're doing it.
There are expectations.
Yeah, but some people aren't like amorous in their relationship, you know. So I just think once you request a spa, it means that you're gonna. Means you got.
Oh, Nathan, don't worry. There was a bit of action, but it felt like there were three of us in the bath. Yeah. My partner, myself, and the brown water.
Do you reckon it took 20 minutes for the water to clear because the water comes from the spa upstairs? So it's just all draining.
Someone was washing their dog in the spa.
Oh, no doubt. Denise, you're absolutely stitched, but we're going to give you $150 to spend at Rambler on Swan. Check in the Swan River views there, mate, and go nuts.
Oh, thank you.
All yours. Thank you,
The least we could do.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
And I can put you in.
First class.
Nova's First Class and 50K.
50K.
The boarding call went out for Rebecca's this morning, and we're about to speak to 2 of the 10 that we've put into the running.
Hello, person in Queen's Rock. What's your name?
Rebecca.
Yeah, good. That's
Rebecca.
the right answer.
That sounds like the famous Rebecca from Queen's Rock.
Yes, you're more famous than all of the other Rebeccas we looked at.
Rebecca, out of all the famous Rebeccas that we know, which is the famous Rebecca that you most connect with?
Oh, I used to like Beck Cartwright.
Yeah.
Beck Cartwright.
Oh, Beck Cartwright, yeah.
Home and Away.
Home and Away.
Yeah. She's
Beck
great, Beck.
Hewitt.
Beck Hewitt, that's right.
Yeah, had they split there for a while or something?
No, Sean.
There was a lot of talk in the Woman's Day.
New Idea, haven't you?
There was a lot. They're selling their mansions and they're moving apart.
Been happy.
No, Rebecca from Queen's Rock only likes a stable Rebecca.
That's
so
right.
she wouldn't throw her weight behind that.
Beck, where would you go anywhere in the world first class with 50K?
Oh, a bit of Maldives.
Yeah, sure.
That's right.
It's actually the Maldives.
Sean.
Sorry, I dive in the Maldives.
Yes,
Do you have a partner, Rebecca?
No.
Oh, so who would you take with you?
Oh, I've got children.
Oh, what a letdown.
Yeah, so who would you take with you?
They're going to their dads, obviously.
That's the stupidest answer I've ever heard.
Good on you, Beck. You're in the running. Let's move to Belia. Who do we have on the line?
Rebecca.
Oh,
Rebecca.
Surprise.
Wow.
There's more than one.
I know.
Who would have thought?
Rebecca, which famous Rebecca do you most connect to?
I don't know. I was thinking about it just before.
Gibney?
Yeah, I was going to say Rebecca Gibney, yeah.
I mean, she's a great Australian / Kiwi
Salt of the
actress.
earth.
Do yourself a favour, Google Rebecca Smart, and if you can find it on any streaming services, just check out the Cherylee. It's just Brian Brown and a little Australian girl walking along a dirty road for most of it.
Yeah, that's it, pretty much.
I think that's your Rebecca.
Rebecca, where are you going to go anywhere in the world?
I'd love to go and take my kids and partner to around America, go to Disneyland and all those sorts of places.
God, what a bucket list time.
Yeah, that would be amazing. All right, well, you're officially in the running, okay? So good luck.
Great, thank you so much.
No worries.
All right,
that was a bit of fun,
Success
wasn't it?
with the Rebeccas.
Yeah, so don't worry about your name not being called out. You can download the Nova player, stream all day long, and then also while you're there, you can upload your name as well.
Yeah, that's right. And if you're thinking they're never going to call my name out, don't worry. There's a wild card hour today. It's between 1 and 2 o'clock with Ben, where all names are welcome. And if you've got a name,
You're in.
qualify. That's it.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Welcome to the studio.
Again.
The Prime Minister of our fair country, Anthony Albanese. Welcome back.
Good to be here. Nice intro music, the end.
It is.
How about that?
It is standing to attention for you,
Yes.
Prime Minister.
Except you're not actually standing.
No.
But, you know,
I should have. I do
I'll stand for
apologise.
you.
Sitting up straight.
I'll stand for you
Thanks,
because you
mate.
promised that you were going to be coming back after the election win, and you have kept your word.
Yes.
How many times
I
is
have
this now?
10 times.
10
10
times.
times
10
as
times.
Prime Minister.
People are going to start to talk.
Left his keys here.
Hey,
I love Perth.
I want to start by thanking you from the community for marching in the Pride Parade. I think that was amazing, and the fact that you were the only Prime Minister to have done it just shows the way that you look at the community, and also really surprises me that never happened before. But
That's a surprise, yeah.
I've got to say that there are worse things to do than walking down Oxford Street and being cheered by
Yes.
200,000
Oh,
people.
it's amazing.
I don't know why someone hadn't done it beforehand.
A bit of criticism for your grey shirt.
Your outfit. That's,
Don't own a sequin? What's going on?
That was not a gay friendly outfit.
Well, what it's about, of course,
Tell me,
is
tell me,
being
talk to me.
who you are.
I know, but we
And
could have cut
so-
the bum cheeks out of your
And
pants.
so, no one wanted to see that, my friend. No one.
I reckon there'd be a few
And
days.
so I got asked a lot about, what are you going to wear? And it's like, I'm going to wear my clothes that I normally wear because it's about respecting people
Yes.
for who they are.
Yes,
so,
that's true.
You know what? That would have been a bit of a conversation, wouldn't it? What are you going to wear? Because, like, for you, anything can, like, shoot back up in your face.
Yes.
You know?
Yep. No,
terrible
so
phrase.
I just did that, and then on Sunday, the Pride walk across
Yes,
the
across the
Sydney
bridge,
Harbour
yeah.
Bridge was just extraordinary. It's the second time I've done it. The first time was for reconciliation.
Yes.
More than 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And so there were 50,000 people, and there was such a good feeling. People were so positive, and it says something about how people feel, the discrimination that's still there
Yeah.
for a lot of people, particularly young people, coming to terms with who they are and dealing with those issues that come. That people were so grateful. All these people come out and saying, thank you for being here. It's like,
Yeah,
fine.
leading
Like,
from the
it's-
front.
It's not a big effort.
No.
But it made a difference, and it made me feel really good.
No,
I
that's
bet.
great.
That's a great decision.
Made a lot of people feel good.
Another thing that probably will make you feel good is when you go to the fourth test tomorrow in India. As we know, you're going there. There's going to be
There's
like
a lot of pressure
100
on because myself and Prime Minister Modi are tossing the coin. So
Yeah.
How do two people toss one coin? How does that
I
going to
have
work?
no idea how it's going to work, but he's the home Prime Minister,
Yeah.
so I think he will be.
And the stadium's named
he will be
after
in
him,
charge.
so-
the stadium is the Narendra Modi
Modi
Stadium.
Stadium, it is.
Fits
That's crazy,
130,000
isn't it?
people. It's bigger than the MCG.
Yeah.
And Optus here is pretty good.
Yes.
Think about that.
So it's twice the size of
Twice
Optus.
the size of Optus.
You did say there is a lot of pressure on, because last time there was a big noted person in town. That was Donald Trump, and he spoke at the 2020 test. We've got a bit of him speaking. You don't want to stuff this up. Here we go. It's Donald Trump, the great... Well, I won't say great man, but here he is.
Hey, man.
This is the country where your people cheer on some of the world's greatest cricket players, from Sachin Tendulkar to Virat Kohli.
Sachin Tendulkar.
Wow. Oh, my
You would never get
goodness.
that one wrong.
You're ahead of that.
It's a
surely.
wonder he got out of the country.
I know. Imagine not knowing Sachin Tendulkar.
I
Oh, my
was
God.
reading that they're going to lay it on thick as well, because they get very excited when a world leader comes. So for that, I'm just wondering, you go to so many functions and stuff where there'd be catering and all that sort of stuff. So say if you're in India and they're going to provide you with a lunch and it might be a set menu. Have you ever had your head blown off by how spicy food is or something from a local place?
The great thing about being an Australian is we eat all sorts of food. We eat spicy food. I like hot food.
Yeah, do
Yeah, but
you?
Not
we're
everybody-
traditionally
yeah.
buttered chicken type of people, which is not really
Yes.
from
Pretty
ourselves.
mild.
out
But once
there,
you
is it?
get real cultured spices in you, it can blow
They
your
put
head
some
off.
oomph in there. Well, in 1991, I spent 6 weeks backpacking around India, and that is when you get the real deal.
Yes.
When
Wow.
you're getting street food and when
So were you
you're...
staying in hostels and
I was
everything?
staying in really cheap
Elbow.
places. There's a whole lot of old rundown palaces as well
Yes,
that you
yes.
can stay in for like $5
Yeah.
equivalent. And we're catching trains, we're hitching. It was awesome. People are so friendly.
Yeah.
It is such a different culture.
It's an amazing place to
But
visit.
I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
I went back a few years ago. I was there, but as part of a parliamentary delegation in 2018, and that is a very different experience. So it'll be a bit different this time. I don't think I'll be wandering around
No.
Connaught Place in the middle of
No.
New Delhi, being,
I don't think so.
being harassed to buy stuff. So
Yeah.
I think it'll be a little bit more protected, I suspect.
Yeah.
Hey, Elbo, we just talked about food just for a second. Just a quick one. My mate wanted to ask you, you got to ask Prime Minister, how Italian is he? Does he make his own sausages? 'Cause that's the limit. That's where he judges.
No, I
Why
don't
not? That'd be a
make
really great
sausages.
photo op for you.
It's very traditional, as we know.
Yeah, it is indeed. A few years ago, there was someone had a little business in my electorate called the Sausage Queen, and she said, I'm going to make a sausage for the election
Yes.
campaign. There's an Albo
Yes, I
beer, and
remember
she
that,
said, we're
yeah.
going to make a sausage and
Yeah.
call it Albo Sausage. And I said, that's probably not a great idea if you think about it for a millisecond. So it was changed to the Albo Democracy Sausage.
Okay, that's much better.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
We've got the Prime Minister in the house. It is International Women's Day, of course,
Yes,
Prime Minister.
it is.
Unlike Tony Abbott, you haven't appointed yourself the Minister for Women?
No, I have not done that. And in fact, I lead the first government ever with a majority of women as part of the government. 54 out of 103.
Wow, that's amazing.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
great.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And it just means you're more representative.
Of the
And
population, yeah.
It's no accident that you have that at the same time the government. We've got cheaper childcare,
Yep.
paid parental leave. We're extending all the recommendations of the Respect at Work report, 10 days paid domestic and family violence leave. We're doing all of these things, some of which are there already. 10 days family violence leave kicked in February. We've got 500 additional community service workers. We've got social housing being 30,000. There's legislation before the Parliament at the moment. The other side aren't supporting it, but hopefully it'll get through, which will have 4,000 of those homes reserved for women and children escaping domestic violence. Really important. And International Women's Day is a very good thing. I'm sorry I'm not there in Parliament, but I know that Penny Wong and Katie Gallagher and Tanya Plibersek and Amanda Rishworth and all the fantastic women. Well, I'm taking Madeleine King with me to India as the Resources Minister.
Yeah.
But it is so good that we have a government that's actually representative of the population.
What
Yeah, that's
amazes
great.
me is for years and years and years, and this is like history, it was a bunch of men making decisions.
They didn't even have toilets for women.
Yeah, it was
in
crazy
Parliament
that
back
we've
in the
come
day.
to here.
And so the first woman, she had to go home to go to the toilet once she was elected.
Wow.
Isn't it extraordinary?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, in
We've come a long way.
1983 was the first time that a woman had been elected to the House of Representatives from New South Wales. So we went 83 years of the biggest state sending only men.
It's amazing, isn't it? We've come a long way, which is great.
We always see this story pop up, and it happens all the time, and I just wonder if you can clarify for us the thinking, because we don't get it. Now, it's got to do with New South Wales Dominic Perrottet wanting our GST and thinking that we don't deserve...
And he wants to tear up the agreement, basically.
the GST that we get, let alone the fact that we get less than everybody else. Are we not getting something? Because we're going, wait, what you want is fundamentally unfair, but we don't get it. But yet everyone that's on that side of the country acts like we don't get why it's fair that we...
It's just drumming up support for your state.
State parochialism.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Who knew? But I make this point to the premiers on the East Coast when it's raised, that if it wasn't for WA during the pandemic, our economy would be in a far worse state due to Mark McGowan made the courageous decision, and WA people made sacrifices, couldn't see family during that time if they happened to be from the East Coast, and it kept the economy going. And WA continues to be a powerhouse, and I think I was talking with some business leaders last night. There is no doubt that when you think about what are the things that will drive the economy in the future, lithium, nickel, all the things that WA has, like iron ore has been such a driving force behind the national economy, WA deserves its fair share, and under my government it will continue to get it.
It's been good so far, Alba, I will say that. But at the moment, the whole economy of Australia is... Every article you read is on the brink, right? But let's just talk about the facts that interest rates are going up. Continually. There's a few more to come, which is hurting everybody. Electricity prices around Australia have been no good. Gas has been an issue over the East Coast for a long time. These are things you talked about, and you said you kept your promise by doing other things that you've already mentioned, which are great. But these things have not been tackled in a way that they're easing the pain on any household around Australia. So how's that going to change?
Well, what we're doing is trying to put pressure on to bring inflation down, and the good news about the Reserve Bank statement yesterday is that they believe that inflation has peaked in the December quarter and will go down, which will mean less pressure on interest rates. But what we've had is a global circumstance where arising out of two things. The pandemic meant there were all these supply chain shortages, which put upward pressure on inflation globally, and then the Russian invasion of Ukraine saw this massive spike. So overseas, our inflation rate is a problem here, but overseas it's been far worse in Western Europe, the United States, everywhere else. We're not immune from that, and part of the upside, if there is one, has been increased revenue from resources because the costs of fuel and coal and gas has gone up so much, so that there has been an increase in revenue. But we recognise that people are doing it tough, and that's why we've got cheaper medicines came in on January 1, cheaper childcare on July 1, fee-free TAFE. Last time I was here in West Perth, I was at a TAFE, 18,000 fee-free places making a difference, and that's why we've got our energy price relief plan as well, $1.5 billion giving back to people around the country.
Is it really affecting, though, the people at the moment in a positive way? You don't hear that, You don't hear that. And you know what? Can I just say, tough. What you said about the pandemic and the invasion of Ukraine, I think most people get that and putting the pressures on the
I've got
economy.
a theory, sorry, just to step in. I've got a theory that I don't think any of the prices are ever going to come back down because they've now realised that people can pay this much.
No, I agree with what you're saying too, Nathan. But when you became Prime Minister, you said you will do this, this and that, and
to address the cost of living, you mean?
To address the cost of living. It doesn't seem like that's happened at all, mate.
Well, we've done all the things that we said we would do, like cheaper medicines, cheaper childcare. We've done all that. But we can't control the entire global economy by ourselves.
So
we are trying.
Thank you.
But one of the things that we're doing as well is just being straight with people. Like, we're not immune from what happens in the globe. So when the Russian invasion of Ukraine happened, I was talking to the German Chancellor about the price of gas going up from about $9.70, and some of the prices they were asking were $30, $35. Now, we put a cap on it of $12. In Europe, they were paying over €100 in some areas. Wow. So a massive increase. So relatively, we've been protected, but we haven't been immune from it. And WA have benefited from the reservation policy that was brought in by the Carpenter government. It just shows, the government action can make a difference, and the actions of the Carpenter Labor government all those years ago have meant that WA has been relatively better off, less impacted than those.
Yeah, that's to do with gas prices, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
It's amazing that Australia on the East Coast don't have that.
Yeah, I know.
We're
We
so
are
rich.
very lucky.
Which is a real error.
Yeah.
The other
Big
thing
time.
that's worth noting is a lot of people think that you are in control of interest rates. Now, the RBA, they're a completely separate entity.
Very independent.
Philip Lowe is the most powerful man in the country, no offence.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Well, he and his board, to be fair, I wouldn't put it all on poor Philip
I know,
Lowe.
I do feel a bit
It's not
sorry
just
for him.
me, there's a board, and they make decisions.
Yeah.
And they do need to control inflation, but it's an independent decision that they make. Interest rates started to increase under the former government before the election, and they said before the election that there would be a range of increases. The words that were used yesterday are better than they have been previously.
Yeah. How come banks can pass on the interest rate increases on mortgages, etc., but they're not adding them on savings?
Well, it's an outrage.
So why
just an
can't
outrage.
they be enforced?
Well, what we can do is
what are the powers there?
Well, we don't have power to do that. What we do have power to do is to put pressure on them, and I'll use this opportunity to again say to the banks...
It is outrageous. It's just profiteering.
Absolutely unfair. If you are putting up interest rates on mortgages, the money that you're handing out, you should also be putting up the interest rates on the money you receive in order to lend out.
Yeah.
And that's just common sense, and the banks for too long have been very slow.
Just make a law. Just make law. Like, you know what I mean? The Prime Minister, use your power.
But the only issue with that is, I say it often, we get angry about it, but we're also benefiting because we're all invested in superannuation.
Yeah, I get that, but it's the daily grind. It's the daily grind.
I get
now,
it, but
it's like, you know, and all these plans in place, people just aren't.
And people are having to dip into their super to pay their mortgages.
And like I said, I'm a full believer on, I do not think any of the prices that have gone up now will come down.
Except that one did.
Which
medicines?
One? Medicines.
It did.
And
it did. That is something.
Yeah, I know. And every time I reach for my Panadol Rapid, I thank you.
We know that you've got a plane full of journalists waiting for you to go and
So
join
much
them
fun.
there. You're all headed to India.
Off to India, it's going to be.
Mere minutes.
And 25 leading business people are going. The CEO of Wesfarmers from here, and Fortescue, and the chair of BHP. Rio Tinto.
I mean, India is a massive market.
All on their way.
Are you sitting with all? Do you have a little space, a little cubicle you can go in and hide, or are you sitting with them the entire flight?
Oh, I have a little bit of space.
Okay, so you go sit in the toilet, do you?
The stereo toilet.
No, I do have a little bit of space, but it will be a great trip. And India is going to be India and Indonesia, just to our north. And this is where WA is positioned so well. Are going to be the third and fourth largest economies in the world.
Yep.
And they're positioned right on your doorstep.
Yeah, for sure. Before we let you go, we just wanted to remind you that you invited us over for dinner.
At the lodge, remember? Do you remember last time?
We haven't heard anything, so
we didn't know if it's one of those, come over anytime, type of scenarios. Can we actually come over for dinner?
Of course you can.
True.
BYO.
Yeah. Can shake his hand, Nathan.
We're going to
It's going to be a handshake deal, Nathan. It's a handshake deal.
I'll bring some schmackos for Toto.
Oh, my gosh.
She does like schmackos. Make sure they're the chicken ones.
All right.
And is it a bring a plate situation, or are you going to cater? Because I can bring Mum's bacon savouries.
No, we'll cater.
Oh, okay. Oh, hello. We're on here.
Wow.
We'll cater.
Can we stay tonight?
EMU export of
do you have how many spare rooms do you have?
No, you can't
damn
stay.
it. Okay.
That's
We've got to find
You've got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, you do. We're getting too close.
He won't know. We'll stay in the yard.
Come over on a Friday.
Yeah.
You finish early.
Yeah.
You don't work on Saturday.
No.
Come over on a Friday.
We'll tear one up. Have a big weekend in Canberra.
Who do you follow? Are you Bulldogs or Rabbitohs? Where are you?
Rabbitohs.
Okay, so we'll go and watch the Rabbitohs.
Who do you follow in the AFL?
Hawthorn.
They're going to finish last this year.
Yeah.
I mean, you have your time, but they're going to finish last.
We had some good years.
And what's your favourite Married at First Sight couple? No, I'm joking.
No. Don't go there.
No.
I'm dying to know.
No, I've watched it a couple of times, I've got to say, under sufferance.
Hey, mate, enough said.
Enough said.
They don't sort of like each other a lot.
No. It's like they're not on there for a real reason. It's so weird.
Thank you so much, Prime Minister.
Thank you.
Happy
Great
days
to
in
be
India.
here. Indeed.
Nathan, Nat and Sean in podcast form.
Great minds think just like me. Great minds think alike. And if your mind wants to explore exciting career paths, check out Curtin. Open Day March 26. Search Curtin Open Day to find out more.
All right, here we go. A round of great minds where if you can match the great minds of either Sean or Nathan, whoever does a better job will win $1,000 cash, all thanks to Curtin Uni.
I did bring in the rule that whoever got through first was lumped with me. And Brenda, the
It's
unlucky
you.
news for you is that's you.
Hi, Brenda.
That's me. Hi, how are you?
Brenda,
Hi,
but
Brenda.
Sean might have learnt from what happened yesterday and improved his game.
He might have.
All is
There
not
was
lost.
a lot of room to move.
Yeah.
Percentages are low.
Yeah. Now, Brenda, what's going to happen is you're going to do what Sean just did off air. You're going to get 30 seconds on the clock. Natalie is going to give you a category, and then you've got to chuck out as many answers as you can that fit within that category.
And hope that they match with Sean, Brenda.
Okay. Yep.
Here's
Okay.
hoping, Brenda. Here's hoping.
Okay, we've got 30 seconds on the clock. Brenda, your category is things you find on a farm.
Okay. Oh, cow, sheep, shed, tractor, truck, farmer, farmer's wife, eggs, chickens, wheat, horses, goats, turkeys, farmhouse, shed, did I say shed? Wheelbarrow, brake.
Brenda, I thought you did pretty well then.
Okay. Brenda, you did reel off a lot of answers in your 30 seconds. Well done. Sean, what did you match with?
Brenda, we matched with tractor. We matched with cows. We matched with chickens. We matched with sheep.
Right.
I also had a veggie garden, a windmill, a barn. You said shed, and
we
also
can't pay barn and shed.
farmhouse. So and fencing was another thing I had. But a 4 is the total.
4 is amazing.
One,
I'm actually worried about today.
Brenda, you're on the scoreboard.
You can only do what you do, Nathan.
Let's meet the next great mind, Laura from Mindari. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Laura.
All right, you're teamed up with Nathan.
Hey, lady.
Come on, Nathan.
Well, I've already... it's not come on Nathan now, it's come on you. Sorry,
Harry,
that
can we
wasn't supposed
isolate
to
that
come
for a bit
out
later
like
on?
that.
Thank you.
Laura, do you
That'll be good for the rest of the year.
Do you think that deep in your heart you think like Nathan? Be very careful.
I hope so. I hope so.
I hope
so
not.
too.
Okay, let's compose ourselves, everybody.
Okay,
Nathan,
get in the zone. This
you
is
got-
on you now.
You've got your highlighter ready
I've
to go,
got my
Nathan.
highlighter ready to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Powerful.
Laura, there are 30 seconds on the clock. Your category is things you see at a hospital.
Nurse, doctor, stethoscope, ward, notebook, notes, people, patients, gowns, toilets, porters, wheelchairs, gurneys, which is beds,
Yes.
bed, oxygen masks, medical equipment.
All right, Nathan.
This is very interesting.
It is super interesting.
This is very interesting, isn't it? I got nurse. I got doctor.
That was a quick start, actually.
We've matched with hospital gowns.
Yes.
We've matched with beds.
That's 4.
How many did you get, Sean?
4.
It's a tie.
Oh, that was it.
It's a tie. The other ones I got was blood, medicine, needle, tablets, charts, and operating theatre. But I forgot to write patients. And if only I'd written patients, you would have won.
That's right.
Brenda and Laura.
Okay, we go into a tiebreaker round. This time it's all on you guys, okay? What will happen is we'll give you a category and you will then take turns providing answers. So, Brenda, you'll be going first and then it'll bounce to Laura and you'll go backwards and forwards until one of you either repeats, gives an answer that doesn't fit the category, or you take too long.
Yep, okay.
So we're tennis.
It's
basically.
tennis.
It's got to be pretty rapid, so we're not going to give you like a few seconds to answer. You've got to go back and forth and then, all right? So
Come
do
on,
not
Brenda.
falter. Are you guys ready?
Ready?
We'll be starting with Brenda.
Yeah, Brenda's going first. Okay, and the category is breakfast cereal brands. Brenda, go.
Kellogg.
Laura.
Cocoa Pop.
Brenda.
Big.
Laura.
Fruit Loops.
Brenda.
Oh, Rice Bubbles.
Laura.
Muesli.
Brenda.
Yay!
That was for $1,000. You're going to be haunted by cereals. You've
Serial
won
killer.
$1,000 cash. All thanks to Curtin Uni. That's all yours, Laura. Well played.
Lovely.
Unlucky, Brenda.
Oh, that was
Unlucky,
great,
Brenda.
Sean. Well
Good.
done with your match,
Well done.
though.
Yes, it was a tight game.
You know what I really feel like I need to see? You versus Ali tomorrow.
Let's do it. It's a showdown.
Oh, God,
She's
Ali just
shaking
looked like
her
someone farted in her face.
Let's do it, Ali. It's on.
Nobody did, for the record.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We are celebrating International Women's Day, and we thought, let's talk to our most powerful woman in the building. It is, she's our market lead, which means she's basically
She's
the
the
captain
boss.
of this ship.
Yes, she is.
Antonelle Doyle, welcome.
Morning,
Hi,
Antonelle.
Hi, guys. I'm a bit nervous.
Don't
Yeah.
be ridiculous.
I'm especially proud of Antonelle because she comes from Kalgoorlie as well.
Yes, I'm very Kalgoorlie proud too, Nate.
Yep. You used to work at 6kg.
Sure did. Worked there for 6 years.
You ran it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, I started as a little sales rep, which I loved, and then I became the station manager 2 years in. Yep.
You were there when I came in to record my surf report.
Yes. So how funny is that? A surf report from Kalgoorlie. Yes,
Which I'm pretty sure was featured during Rick D's weekly top 40.
had
or
all
something
some
like
memories.
that. Yeah. But it's amazing, Ant, to see what you do here. I sometimes explain that to other people that Ant, and this is in all the best ways, is like the leader of a cult. The way she stands up and she does these inspiring
And everybody
William Wallace-esque Braveheart speeches for us are not lost on anybody.
Oh, thanks, guys. You're too kind, seriously. But I love working here, always have. So it's pretty easy for me, and it's pretty easy to front up and work with people like you guys, and all over the building too, not just you spunks, but yeah.
Antonelle, one thing you just radiates off you is realness all the time. So when you're up there and you're giving these speeches, there's genuine passion there. There's no made-up stuff.
And a filthy potty mouth.
And we love that as you being our leader, but I don't think it was just a smooth sailing for you to get the top gig here. You had to go through the hoops.
Oh, I don't know, 26 years of work for one company. I think, I've had my times of where I've been challenged.
Yep.
But I've always sort of worked on the ethos of every day is a new day. You just put one step forward and, go for your goals. If anyone had told me 10 years ago even that I would be doing this job, I wouldn't have believed them. So I've been very lucky that Nova's allowed me to do this.
Can I say this is the most formal I've ever heard you speak?
I know. I have to be honest. It's not me.
It's like you're in the bank going for a loan or something like that. It's insane.
I know, but Nat just mentioned I've got a potty mouth. I'm trying to be really good.
Oh, mate, let your freak flag fly.
No,
Ready to
I'm a
go.
good girl.
Let's get taken off air.
And you were the very first person that I met when I first walked through the doors of Nova 937, where we weren't even in this building yet. We were in a temporary office next door. And this is before the station was even on air. And I walked in. I'd never been in a radio station before. You'd run one. It was just quite an extraordinary time to be involved with the company at the launching of a station 20 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was incredible, and I've got so many great memories, and people, I always look back and I get quite emotional about it because it's been in this building 21 years now.
Yeah.
just 21 years of great people, great clients, great talent. It's just been an awesome ride. And then obviously last year was pretty special for us when we had our 20th birthday, Nat's 20th anniversary. And obviously we've got Nathan's coming up this year. There's just so many great milestones that we've all been able to celebrate together. So, you know, you talk about me getting up and the speeches and that. I just, because I love it, you know, it's easy.
You know what? We're really lucky here at Nova because I know a lot of other companies, it's predominantly men that are in power. But here at Nova 937, let's talk about that end of the building.
The girls are in charge.
So let's talk about, give some examples and tell everyone what their business are.
We've got some incredible female leaders in this business and they've been here for a long time. So one of those people is a girl called, I call her Sheva, but it's Siobhan. But she works in a national role now out of Perth, which is outstanding.
Yeah. It's unheard of.
Hugely successful. And then I've got two sales leaders, Nina and Josie, and they're just
Josie's
incredible.
your sister, Kalgoorlie girl as well.
Yeah, and this is Nina's 20th year this year as well.
Yeah.
And Josie's been here over, I think, 13 years. I can't remember. I was on that leave.
It's testament to good leadership that there are so many people that have worked here for a very long time.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is those three, they're outstanding, but there's so many other incredible women that work over there. Work on this side too. I mean, I'm looking at Amy.
Yeah.
Amy's a gun. I love that girl.
Carter. Learn that name.
She's a legend.
You've also done this.
And Pricey, sorry, we have to say Natalie McNeil as well. She does an amazing
Claire
job
Kelly,
up this
so
end.
many.
The time you've been here, you've also gotten married and had 3 children.
Yes.
And carried on working in these high-powered jobs.
Yes.
How have you done that? How have you struck the balance?
Okay, so I chose well. I've got a pretty good husband.
He's a good fella.
We're a good team, and I just never let... Like, I always used to tag my stuff on social. I'm really daggy. I used to say, kids, my best work. I probably, and of course, my kids are my best work, but I never let being a mum define me. It's my greatest role and probably my most important role. And obviously, my kids are the love of my life, but I never felt like I wanted to give up my career for that. I sort of was a bit greedy and I wanted to be and do everything. I think as you go along, though, you learn that you've got to get a bit of a balance.
So you just
happening.
stopped cooking?
Yeah. I don't cook. So let me tell you that.
But her husband is a great cook.
Listen, my husband's a great cook. But the hard thing is, and Sean said it earlier, when you're Italian, because that's my background, and you don't cook, doesn't go down well at the family shows.
No.
But I am who I am. I don't cook. And I do
something
other
had to
things.
give.
Antonelle, being a boss or going through your career to be able to be in a leadership position, did it sit easy with you, or was it just a growth period that now it always seems that way?
Yeah, no, it sat easy with me, Sean. I mean, I've had a lot of really inspirational guys, I call them guys, I'm just being me, that have helped me on my journey, and I was alongside them. And, you know, I had, like my dad, my husband, lots of supportive people as I sort of went up the chain. I've never felt any less being a female in a working corporate environment.
Yep.
But sometimes, especially in your 30s, I found your confidence isn't as strong. Now I'm in my 40s, mate.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. Yes.
You've got more confidence in yourself and your ability. So it sits easier with me. If it had happened in my 30s, I probably wouldn't have had that confidence.
But I'll just say, Ant, you're a powerhouse, right? You are. Your personality, it just radiates off of you. And I know that that's probably helped you get to where you are because of your confidence and you know what you're doing. But then what's great about that is now you're in this position. Other females that probably don't maybe have that confidence, you pave the way for them and then you can open the doors to them. So it takes someone like you to get to where you are to, give opportunity to people that may not have that confidence because of the experience that they've had in the workplace.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a testament to you as well.
Thanks, Nate.
And
very, very kind words. And I must say, when I first came here from Kalgoorlie, you do feel a bit intimidated being from the country.
Oh, you do. Yeah. We didn't even have escalators or we had one lift in the hospital, remember? One lift.
You know, I was from the country. I didn't know anyone. And, you know, it's an interesting thing. People in Perth talk about networks and, you go to private schools, you get those networks and they're fostered and that. And I think, you do. But you can also make your own networks. You can make your own connections,
Yep.
and you can pave your way. And I mean, that's a big thing for me. I want to pave the way for my daughter so that she can do that. And obviously all the colleagues that I get to work with at Nova and our clients, everyone out there, all the women, like, why can't a woman be a boss?
Yeah.
Why can't she?
You are universally loved and for good reason. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Happy
Thanks,
National
Antonelle. Not
Women's
one
Day.
swear word.
I know.
That is
Congratulations.
that is
Go, Dave
Unbelievable.
McClung.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean, and the podcast.
Hey,
Gonna be on.
Ben.
Hey,
Hi,
guys.
Hey, Mer.
Great show today.
Oh, thanks, Ben.
Really, what was your favourite part?
Elbow.
He was
Elbow.
pretty good.
Good chat. Good chat.
Check out our socials for the video of what it was like when Albo first arrived. It's a nice little summary of the way things work in this studio, I think.
Yeah. Some people aren't intimidated.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
Can we also shout out Jodie, who works in the music department, did the same TAFE course together here in Perth.
Yeah.
She's put together the amazing women playlist today.
Oh, well done, Jodie.
Jodes.
Good on you, Jodie.
Did you
William.
study for this job, did you?
I
Ben?
sure did, believe it or not.
What do you mean? You
Actual
can learn this
qualification.
job.
that
You
quiet,
can
Ben.
learn this at TAFE. Who would have thought?
Look in this room. There's 5 people. None of us have got any qualifications.
But having said that, I encourage you all to do the radio courses
that's
out
right.
there. They're really great. I mean, they don't get you here. But I've heard they're wonderful.
You really sold it. You really sold it.
Anyway, Ben, super qualified.
Good on you, Ben.
Super qualified.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.